Let's welcome our fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner and representing Thailand tonight, please welcome Din Sano.
The Thai fighter known as Mardsue to take on Eli Madigan here tonight.
Well, Mardsue was actually one of the trainers in the contender house.
72.5 kilos, 29 wins from 32 starts. Fighting out of the Mad X Gym. He is the WMC Asian Pacific champion. Please welcome Eli Mad Dog Madigan.
A lot of hype surrounding Eli Mad Dog Madigan since he knocked out Soren Monkongton at an Evolution show in 2007. But Hammer, if you know the history behind Soren coming into that fight with Eli, and it has to do with the Contender Series, which we won't spoil for anyone, but you'll know why Soren was up against it that night against Eli. Since then, Eli has said he wants to fight Bruce McPhee. Has he maybe bitten off more than he can chew? And is he aiming for the stars too early, Eli Madigan, at this stage of his career?
Well, I think Eli is a very well put together fighter, and I think a fight with Bruce would be a good fight. But certainly he's got to pay his dues and he's got to do his time. And if he's to get to McPhee and the caliber of that level, this is a hurdle right here in front of him tonight. Mardsue, the Thai fighter, but is a South Thai champion as well, is also one of the trainers in the contender house, along with Hanarong and all the boys from the WMC camp in Koh Samui. That's where I'll be venturing off to in a couple of short weeks for a couple of weeks of boot camp training with the boys. But Mardsue, one of the main trainers, so he's a very experienced young man. He is young, relatively young, and a very accomplished campaigner. And Eli has to beat the man he's squared up against first before he can start to really look forward.
So I know a lot of interest surrounding the performance of Eli Madigan here tonight. The question being asked, is he ready to break into the upper echelon? You're talking about the top three: Bruce McPhee, John Wayne Barr, Daniel Dawson. Is Eli up to that level yet? Let's wait and see. One win over Soren Monkongton certainly doesn't prove it.
Well, Mardsue is also the current S1 champion of Thailand. So on the King's Cup there, he did fight in the S1 event and won that. And that's an 8-man eliminator, which was a very strong card. So, as I said, Matsui's had some absolute wars and overcome some strong opponents, Westerners and Thais alike. He's stepped into this one. Sorry to interrupt you there, voice. He stepped into this one. However, talking to Hanarong, he hasn't really trained for 2 to 3 months because of his commitments with the Contender Series. So he's going to be perhaps a little bit ring rusty.
Good boxing work so far here from Eli Madigan. Takes an outside thigh kick to the lead leg. Very high guard here on Mardsue, the Thai fighter. Good high guard against the round kick, and he tries to loop the shin around the back of the neck of Eli Madigan. Madigan with a very distinct height and reach advantage here over the much shorter-armed and shorter-legged Mardsue.
He's got some good skills though, Madigan. Nice long punches. He uses the full extension and his reach well. That is with his arms and his legs. And very tight guard. And he is a well put together fighter. You cannot deny that.
It has been a pleasure watching Eli Madigan soar through the ranks over the last 18 months. But now he has to contend with the pressure hammer, the spotlight of every fight fan in Australia now knowing who Eli Madigan is. Every fight fan now talking about him daily on such sites as sportsblitz.net.
Well, exactly right. The hot topic on sportsblitz.net is the fights that Eli will be having, and lots of other stuff as well.
That puts a whole new realm of pressure on you, because Eli Madigan at this stage of his career can no longer fly under the radar. Now every fight he has is being broadcasted, and he is being scrutinised by fight fans Australia-wide.
Exactly right, and everyone has a look at what he's got to offer. As you said, he's stormed through the ranks with such devastation. Well, now the pressure's on, and I think Eli can do it. He's just got to stick to the game plan. He's a very unassuming man. He's a very quiet guy, but a very talented one, you cannot deny.
Checks the outside thigh kick. Nice double forearm guard, just parries out the round kick, does Mardsue, and again the gloves up nice and high. Madigan is so fast with his hands. And the thing I really like about Eli, he is a succulent combination fighter. The boy's got more combinations than a McDonald's menu, and he strings them all together time and time again. Good front kick to the midsection from Madigan. Takedown here from Mardsue, beautifully done. Oh, and Eli Madigan has landed awkwardly here.
I think he's winded. Mardsue threw him down.
Well, was he winded or did it hit him on the back of the neck there? There was a great takedown from Mardsue.
Straight off the hip, tossed him, beautiful hip toss, slammed him down. I reckon it knocked the wind out of him. Maybe dazed him. Let's see how he recovers now. Yellow, he certainly didn't look good when he was lying on the canvas there.
Either winded or dazed from a crack of the back of the head to the canvas from Matsui's takedown. Beautifully done from the Thai. And still, to me, Hammer, it doesn't look like Eli Madigan has fully recovered.
I'll tell you what, the more shots that Eli lands on Mardsue, the more it's going to infuriate the Thai, and the harder he's going to step it up. As I said, I've seen Mardsue, we've seen him fight a number of times before, and he is a very strong competitor. All things going well, if he comes out of this one, they're talking about him being measured up in the world title shot against Eugene Eckelboom, Big Boom Boom over in, as I said, in June. Late June, so we'll see how and what pans out of this one.
Oh, the right hand from Mardsue caught him smack bang on the kisser. And what a sight this is. Eli Madigan is down. Beautiful right hand. Madigan sent back 3 paces, the legs buckled. Referee puts the count on, he's not going to make it. It's good night, Irene.
Have a look at that. The boys from Samoa celebrate big time.
I would say an upset, but we all know the pedigree of Mardsue, but Eli Madigan getting knocked out.
Just chopped him. He threw the kicks. Eli focused on Matsui's legs, and as he was looking down at the legs, bang, the hands come straight over the top, clipped him on the jaw, and that was all she wrote for Eli tonight, unfortunately.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eli Madigan has
2 minutes
been
and 8 seconds in round number 2. Your winner, by way of knockout from Thailand,
Mardsue has done it. One of the contenders, Drainer. And here's the Hammer earlier on with Bruce McPhee, our semi-main eventer.